Hi and welcome back. Today I wanted to talk all about workwear and more specifically how to really ensure that you're getting the most bang for your buck when it comes to adding items into your work wardrobe. For me, I talk about this a lot, but versatility and items that can do double or even triple duty are really what I tend to look out for, or what I'm seeking when I'm trying to add anything new to my closet. And I thought it might be really useful to show you how I would integrate 4 core items that are part of any work wardrobe across a really formal working environment, a more business casual or relaxed working environment, and then also when you're working from home. So you can still have those smarter items on rotation, but wear them in a slightly more relaxed way. So I hope that you are going to enjoy this video, and as usual I will have every single thing that I mention linked down in the description box below, along with all of my sizings. I've got some really great outfits here. I also did want to mention that this video does include a paid for integration with OLEADA, which I am going to mention a little bit later, but it features this gorgeous Marina wave bucket bag. So I want to start with the very first item, which is your classic shirt. Now, I think probably most of us have a white shirt in our wardrobe and we know how to style it. I have also done a video where I show you how to style a white shirt a million different ways. So instead I wanted to go for something a little bit different. So I've opted for this really lovely, it's kind of a desaturated blue, gray and white stripe. This one has a bit more of a relaxed feel and it has the buttons down the sleeves, so it feels a little bit more modern than your classic shirt that you might have in your wardrobe already, but obviously any shirt like this will do. So first working environment is going to be your formal office, and I wanted to do a little bit of print mixing with this. So in the cutaway, you'll see that I've paired this with some high-waisted trousers. These are actually a pair of trousers that can be worn low on the waist, or because they have such a long rise, you can wear them high-waisted too just by belting them. I like the fact that these have a lot of movement and flow to them, and I think that they juxtapose against the more stiff fabrication of the shirt really nicely. Then what I've done is I've also worn a black pointed toe pump, and of course I think you need a really good kind of tote bag, something that's going to fit all of your essentials. So I've just gone for a classic black one for this first outfit, and that is one of the ways that I might style it for a more formal office environment that feels a little bit more interesting and isn't just your basic black tailored slightly cropped and tapered trouser, which you know I love, but I think sometimes it's fun to mix things up a little bit. The second outfit with this shirt I'm wearing with a black wool felted skirt. This one actually hits the knees and it has a very subtle slit at the front, which you probably wouldn't even realize it was there unless you knew. Now I find even in a kind of relaxed environment, I would always recommend wearing something that comes to the knee, but obviously you be the judge because you're going to know the, I suppose the corporate attire or the business attire at your workplace better than I would, but I feel like knee length is always safe. So I've kind of very casually tucked this in to that skirt, and then I've worn some ballerina pumps, again just the black leather tote bag. I think that this is a really easy, simple outfit for the office, and it's one that I personally have worn so many times, just very slightly different iterations. Maybe it's a full blue shirt, maybe it's a white shirt, maybe it is a silk blouse, but it's kind of one of those looks that I tend to go back to and repeat over and over again. Also, I have to apologize about the lighting. It's very overcast and cloudy, and the light keeps shifting. So the final outfit with this shirt is the working from home look. So you're going to look all business at the top for your Zoom meetings, but then you're going to be very comfortable on your lower half. So I've opted for a pair of faux leather leggings. I really love a good legging, especially with a shirt that is a bit longer and does cover my hips. I just think it's a very easy combination, one that you're going to feel really comfortable in as well. And then on my feet, I've just opted for some black ballet flats. These are probably one of my most comfortable pairs of shoes that I own in my wardrobe, and 100% would recommend them if you haven't already snapped them up. Never had a single blister with them, so they're ones that I like to wear on repeat quite frequently. Okay, now as mentioned, this video does include a paid integration with OLEADA, which I'm so excited to be introducing you to today. Their bags are absolutely beautiful. It's a female founded company, and the name OLEADA is actually derived from the word for ocean waves. So I actually have added this very beautiful Marina bucket bag. This is in the largest size that they do to my wardrobe, which is kind of the perfect work tote bag, but that is a little bit more interesting to look at. It feels a little bit more elevated than just your simple leather tote. For me, it's really the fact that it can be worn a few different ways as well, which I personally really love. So you have this lovely little top handle, the top here, and then you have the shoulder strap, and I will show you some really nice close-ups as well so you can get a better peek at the bag. So you can either wear it on the shoulder, you can wear it just by holding the top handle, or because it has a really nice sort of drop to it, you can actually just rest it on the crook of your arm as well, if that is what feels most comfortable to you. Some of the other details with the bag is you can see it actually has these really beautiful waved or curved features to it, and there's a slip pocket both on the front and on the back of the bag. It has a magnetic closure, which you can see here, which just snaps shut at the front, and then on the inside, and this is something I really appreciate with a bag, especially one that is more of a large open compartment like this one here, which hopefully you will have seen in the cutaway, it's one large compartment, is that it does have this small little pochette on the inside, which you can remove from the bag as well, which is fantastic for a few reasons. So one, you can put your core essentials in here, like your wallet, your keys, lip balm, things that you're reaching for regularly. But then if you are heading out to the shops for lunch to grab a bite to eat, you can easily just detach this from the bag and take only the pochette with you, as opposed to having to take the whole bag. And I really, really like that sort of feature. You could even, if you went on holiday, you could take this bag with you as your handbag on the plane. And then when you were kind of going out in the evening, then this would be a really lovely little pouch or clutch to carry. And you know, it would just house all your essentials in there. Each of OLEADA's bags are designed with form and function in mind. So as you can tell just from that little description that I've provided of all the features of the bag, I think it's really clear that this is a bag that is practical. It is something that really fits into that pragmatism that I'm craving for my own wardrobe, and is something that I've kind of been looking to for any new additions that I am kind of putting into my closet. Also, another thing that I really, really appreciate about the brand is that they use a lot of recycled materials, and all of their leathers are fully traceable as well. So I think that's really cool, especially if you want to look at where the source of any of the raw materials for your purchases are coming from. So the Marina bucket bag does come in 3 different sizes, and as mentioned, I do have the largest size, which does fit a 14-inch laptop in it, which makes it the perfect bag for the office from that perspective. The leather is actually scratch, stain, and water resistant as well, so it is incredibly durable, and I think that's something that I often tend to look for, because especially with a bag you're wearing and carrying almost every single day, it is going to see a lot of wear and tear. So anything that will help to prolong its life and ensure that it is something that has a long-standing sort of position in my closet is definitely a plus. And it does come in 2 different types of leather as well. So it comes in the matte pebble leather, and then also in the luster pebble leather as well. And I've got the bag in the taupe color, which I think is just really, really nice. It's a really beautiful neutral. It's ever so slightly cool tone, but I would say would work with most outfits. I am wearing actually a really kind of warm chocolatey colored pair of trousers today, and it perfectly matches with those as well. I thought it would be really useful if I showed you what can actually fit inside. So I have put in my 14-inch MacBook Pro. I've also been able to put in a scarf as we are heading into autumn, so it's going to be something I'm probably going to want to carry around with me. I also have in there a little notebook, a really, really generously sized makeup bag, and then I also have my core essentials, so my cell phone, which I popped into one of the pockets. I also have my keys, so separate key fob for the car, and then my house keys and a lipstick too. Now you could also easily fit in a water bottle, a lunchbox, you could fit in a small packable umbrella, you could fit in a book to read on the train, your Kindle. Essentially it all comes down to what it is that you're prioritizing to carry with you, but it's a very generous interior, very roomy, so you can easily fit quite a lot in there. And in terms of the weight of the bag, I personally don't think that it's too heavy without anything in it. When I did have it all packed up, it didn't feel like it was too cumbersome on my shoulder, but I think the fact that the strap is really wide really helps to distribute any weight from the interior contents as well, which is great. And I forgot to mention this, but the leather strap is removable and you can adjust the length as well, just with the little snap closures here on the side. So I'm going to show you how this bag looks with two of the different core items. And I actually think maybe what we'll talk about next is trousers. So I opted for these really cool trousers. These ones are kind of a greigey oatmeal color, and they're more of a balloon shape, which I really like. It's very interesting and unique for me, and they do have that cropped length as well. In terms of wearing this in a more corporate setting, I kind of wanted to show a slightly different take on this. So I've worn it with a really lovely thick cotton poplin blouse, which has this beautiful crossover detail. It's one of those elevated blouses. It feels anything but basic, but it's also very dressed up, and that to me is to do with the stiffness of the fabric. You could really easily just wear this with a shirt, but I wanted to show you a slightly different option because I do think that there are ways to add personality into your outfits regardless of what type of working environment you are in. Unless you're wearing a uniform to work every day, obviously, then you're a little bit set, but if you have options and you can freely choose to some degree what you're wearing, I definitely think you can kind of let your personality shine, and that's one of the ways that I wanted to do it with this particular outfit. On my feet, I have gone for a nude dorze pump. You could go for a regular court shoe as well, but I just like the dorze pumps because I think that they add a little something extra to an outfit. And here you can kind of see I've gone for that very tonal look, which I absolutely adore. And then I have finished the look off with the beautiful OLEADA Marina bucket bag as well, which I think works really nicely with the color palette and overall scheme. And you'll see it works beautifully with the other two outfits that I've got to share with you with these trousers. So the second outfit wearing these trousers is for more of a casual or relaxed office environment. So here I'm talking about a situation where you are going into the office and people are seeing your entire outfit as opposed to just from your chest upwards in a Zoom meeting. So I've opted for something that I've personally worn. Again, this is going to come down to personal discretion and what your workplace is like, but I've opted for a really nice thick cotton striped knit jumper. This one to me I like because it has the buttons along the shoulder and just above on the sleeve, and I think that that's just one of those little elevated details, something I often look out for, as you know. And then on my feet I've gone for a pair of loafers in black, but I do also have a chocolate brown pair which would have worked really nicely with this look, which does have that chain detail across the vamp, which is just that really nice little bit of extra adornment. And then of course finished off with the bucket bag again. And then for the final outfit, this is the working from home outfit. So I wanted to show you how you can easily make your basics work in a Zoom call. So I've gone for a linen t-shirt because I wanted something that was really nice and comfortable, breathable, that wasn't going to feel restrictive, and this particular one is very, very oversized, so I've worn that tucked in. On my feet I'm just wearing some slides. I tend to wear slides a lot around the house, so this just seemed like a bit of a no-brainer for me. And then if I needed to make myself look a little bit more polished for a meeting, then I would throw a blazer on over the top, just in a complementary color. I've gone for this sort of textured wool blazer, which I think adds a nice bit of extra dimension, given that we do have so many different types of textures going on in the outfit, and when you are wearing a tonal look, that can be a really nice sort of way to play with the different elements of your overall outfit. And so that's how it's smarted up for a Zoom call working from home. But yeah, that is the second set of looks. Now I'm definitely opting for all of my favorite transitional basics because the next one I wanted to talk about is a really lovely merino roll neck sweater. The one that I have here is black, and I have to say that this one is actually not fully opaque, so hopefully you'll get a sense from the cutaways. It does have a little bit of sheerness to it, so probably one that if I was wearing this in a formal working environment, I would throw a little camisole or something like that underneath just to protect my modesty. But I think these are really great layering basics as well. Wear them underneath dresses. You could wear it underneath a shirt to make a shirt feel a bit more appropriate in the middle of winter, especially if you live somewhere cold. So the first outfit is wearing it for a formal working environment, and I've chosen to pair it with some high-waisted trousers, which are actually the ones that I have on right now, these really beautiful chocolate brown trousers, and I think that color combination works really nicely. One of the things that I did was kind of book in this outfit, so it's where my top matches my shoes. This is a really easy styling trick. Some people call it the sandwich trick, so some people call it the sandwich trick, but at any rate, it's a great little styling tool to have at your disposal. Now, to really smarten this outfit up, I have also worn a lovely kind of a long line blazer. This one has a bit of structure to it, and it actually has kind of a crossover effect in terms of how it buttons up, which you should be able to see in the cutaways, which I think is really beautiful, and it helps to cinch in the waist and just gives you this really lovely hourglass sort of a shape, which I think is very nice and very flattering. Of course, on my feet, I've opted for my Dorze pumps again. I think a really good pair of court shoes is something you need to have at your disposal if you work in a formal or corporate office. I would always keep a pair of heels tucked away in my bottom drawer, and I would go to work in something comfortable, and then I would change when I got to the office, and I either had one or two pairs depending, ones that kind of went with everything. And then of course I've just opted for the black leather tote bag. Now, for a more casual environment, I'm wearing an outfit. This very much is on the cusp of being something that I would wear in more of a formal workwear setting. So I wanted to introduce some additional texture, and I'm really inspired by shine at the moment, vinyl kind of textures, things that feel a little bit more unusual to me in terms of what I've been wearing recently. I love that this is a faux patent leather. It's also a really lovely A-line shape, which I think is just incredibly flattering. And then on my feet, I have worn it with my little two-tone pumps, but these are in the black leather with the black patent toe cap. Now, if I was going to wear this in a formal office, I would switch those out just for a pair of black court shoes, and I think essentially you get kind of the same vibe, but the height and also the style of the shoe is something that really elevates it and makes it feel a little bit more appropriate in that setting. Then I did also want to show you it with a jacket, so I've worn this navy nylon trench coat, which again I think just really smartens it up, especially when you consider when you go into the office, the first thing that people will see when you walk in the door during the colder months anywhere, or on a colder day, is your jacket. And of course finish off with my black tote bag. Finally, for working from home, I would pair it with my comfiest jeans. Now, I have to admit, the ones that I'm wearing in these cutaways they barely button up right now. You know, I definitely have a bit of a softer tummy right now postpartum, but I would wear kind of my comfiest jeans, whether it's probably something that has a little bit of elastane in it, so that I can kind of pull my legs right up and just sort of slouch around on my chair if that's what I'm doing, or laze about in bed if I'm having one of those kind of days where I don't have any Zoom meetings. And on my feet, I've just opted for a pair of loafers. These ones are one of the comfiest pairs of shoes that I own, so very much drawn to wearing them if I want to put something on my feet and just sort of finish off an outfit. And then of course the black tote bag is the final piece of that look. Now, the last item that I wanted to style up is a skirt for the office, and I've opted for a slip skirt. This one here you will have seen multiple times because I've had it for a few years now. It's no longer available, but I will find something similar to link down below. But what I like about it is it does have the elasticated waistband, which is very comfortable. So in a more formal office environment, I would wear it with some sort of fitted top, either something like the one that I'm wearing, or in the cutaways you'll see I'm wearing more of a scoop neck t-shirt, something that does cover the shoulders. Then, because I wanted to go with more of a tonal outfit, I have also worn it with a kind of creamy colored blazer. This one's a Cheap and Cheerful purchase, which I bought towards the end of last year. I really like the fact that it's got lyocell, which gives it a really beautiful drape, and I did go a size up as well, by the way. Then of course I've got my nude pumps on, and I had to just finish it off with the OLEADA Marina bucket bag because I just thought it was the perfect little combination with that skirt. And you'll see this bag pop up for the next two outfits as well. Now, for more of a casual working environment, I would pair this with probably a knitted piece. So I've gone for a camel colored cardigan, and actually as my layering piece underneath, if I've got a bit warm, wanted to take it off, is this beautiful little knit that I'm wearing right now. On my feet, I'm also wearing my two-tone pumps because I think that they are really comfortable. I mean, I used to walk an hour and a half minimum in them every single day, and they never gave me a single blister, so I can kind of vouch for that. So they're very comfortable. They give you a little bit of height, but the style of them feels very kind of elevated and chic and very effortless. And of course, the OLEADA Wave Marina bucket bag as my finishing touch. And then for working from home, I wanted to go for something really comfortable because I think a slip skirt isn't necessarily something that we would associate with comfort. But I mean, I find them so slinky, especially when they're cut on the bias and they're not restrictive in any way. You really want to look out for one that does have that elasticated waistband if you want to be able to comfortably and easily wear it at home. I've worn it with a super duper oversized creamy colored knit. Again, you can use that same trick I shared earlier. If you have a Zoom call, just throw a little blazer or something like that, nice jacket over top. You could pull off the knit and just have, you know, something like this underneath and just put the jacket on to really make your outfit feel a little bit smarter. Then on my feet, I've just opted for comfort with a pair of white leather sneakers. So that is the final outfit, and hopefully you got a little bit of inspiration from this video, and hopefully you also got some ideas on how to transition some of those core pieces in your wardrobe across different workwear settings. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to OLEADA for sponsoring a portion of this video. I will have the Marina bucket bag linked down in the description box below, along with all the other items that I featured. I would love to know if you had a favorite item or a favorite outfit that I showed as part of this video as well, so please let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, thank you for spending some of your day with me, and I will see you next time with a brand new video. See you soon, bye!